This is my review of the third and fourth episode of Wednesday season 2. Now, apparently, in these episodes, the third episode, Wednesday ends up going to a weekend retreat camp with the school because she wants to check out the house where the sheriff lived and to find out some clues about who's going to kill Enid. And then there's another Boy Scout troop who also booked the camp for the same weekend, and the school and the Boy Scout troop doesn't want to give it up, and so Wednesday ends up challenging them to a competition to see who gets the camp. The winner gets the camp, the loser leaves, which is kind of strange considering Wednesday is supposed to be the anti-social one, but she's the one who ends up having to take action while everyone else just stands there and does nothing. So there's a competition, and Wednesday, using her smarts, ends up winning. So they get the camp. But the Boy Scout troop, the leader of the Boy Scout troop, the older guy, he doesn't want to give up the camp. So he ends up, so he tells the troop that they're gonna do some damage to the camp or something in the middle of the night, and the boys, they don't want to do it because they lost and they're willing to accept the defeat, but he's not. And oh yeah, Pugsley had brought the zombie with him in a coffin, which no one noticed or bothered to ask, and they're hiding him there in a tent. And during the night, the zombie gets loose, and the leader of the Boy Scout troop goes in the tent where the zombie is, and the zombie kills him, so he's dead. And the zombie runs loose, and everyone's scared, and then he ends up getting caught and taken away to the same place where Tyler's being held. You know, the place where a lot of the outcasts are being held. And what else happens? Well, the third episode, I think that's how the third episode ends. And Wednesday finds some clues about some missing people. And her grandmother also shows up, finally. Apparently, she's this really, really rich person, and she ends up buying a cemetery for Wednesday because she asked her. That's how rich she is. And then we see Uncle Fester finally showing up. And I really loved Uncle Fester in the previous season, but we didn't really get much of him. And he's going to be showing up because Wednesday needs some help, and she needs him to get into the asylum to get some information about what's going on. So Uncle Fester goes into a hotel, causes chaos, and gets arrested. And Bianca's mother's also hiding out in the hotel because the cult from before. I honestly didn't remember that she was part of a cult. I mean, it's been a while since the first season came out. So she ends up getting caught too. So Bianca has a small side quest of going and getting her out. It doesn't really impact the story. But Uncle Fester goes to the place where the outcasts are being held, the same place Tyler is, and he tries to find some information from a really old guy that's having some mental illness. And while he's there, Thornhill ends up getting transferred there as well. The main villain, one of the main villains from the previous season, because Tyler's not responding to the treatment there, and she was his master, and there's some bond between them. So they transferred her there to help him. And Thornhill finds out that Fester's there, and she tells them that it's Fester Adams, so he ends up getting caught. I mean, he was already in there, but he ends up getting caught, and they're keeping a close watch on him, so Wednesday has no choice but to go in and save him and get the information about what's going on. So she plans a break in of sorts with her stalker and Enid, and she goes in and she saves Fester, and then she finds out what's actually happened, and all the missing people, they were actually there, and they were being experimented on by the old man, and that was sickly. And then Wednesday finds out who the bird person actually. It's actually the old man's daughter. She was experimented on by her father to give him powers because she wanted to. And Wednesday ends up freeing all the experimented people, and they end up attacking her, and she's probably dead. And we don't really see what happens at the end. But At least I don't remember seeing it. But anyway, they decide to get out, and Tyler managed to escape, and the zombie managed to escape, and Thor also managed to escape. And the zombie kills the old man, and Tyler ends up facing up against Wednesday, and he throws her off the top of the building, and she just falls slowly, but she seems seriously injured. And that's how this fourth episode ends. So the first half of Wednesday season 2 is over, and it's honestly kind of confusing. I mean, because the main villains of this season was supposed to be Wednesday Stalker and the bird person, who might have been the same thing, but Wednesday Stalker is just another girl at the school, and she's working with her, so she's not dangerous anymore. And the bird person, well, we we know who she is, so she doesn't have the threat capability anymore. And what's supposed to happen in the second half of the season? I mean, I guess Wednesday's gonna be seriously injured and in the hospital and might die or something. But it's Wednesday; she's not gonna die. She's the main character. No one's expecting that. So, what do they have for the second half of the season? Is there a new villain showing up? Is the grandmother gonna be the villain, or something? Is some dangerous Adams Family secret gonna come out or something? I honestly don't know what the second half of the season is going to be like. But there is one thing I did notice. Now, apparently, Wednesday's aunt went missing many years ago, and there was another patient there that Wednesday freed. She seemed normal. I'm honestly guessing that might be her aunt. But I guess we'll probably get a reveal of that in the second half of the season, if it is true. She escaped too. So it's a little confusing what's gonna happen in the second season, and it's a weird cliffhanger to end on. But I guess that's how the first half of the season ends, and we'll have to wait until the second half comes out.